Yeah, so
what were we saying?
they're doing an MRI next Wednesday, and then I have to meet with the doctor again on Friday. But we're not sure yet what it is, but it's going to be several months.
Oh man, it doesn't sound fun. If you need help with anything, let us know how we can help you. Or do you have people helping you show houses, or can you do that stuff, or what?
Yeah, well, luckily my son and future daughter-in-law were here from New York when it happened, and they canceled their flights and they stayed to help me. I don't know how long they'll be here, but they're here right now.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you need help with showings or whatever, or getting her a sign or anything, let us know, and we can probably help in some way.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Who's there? Mike Lean's here. Keisha, Mary. How are you, Mary? Good to see you. Casey Crawford, our famous productivity coach. Lauren, good to see you guys. How are you, Mike Lean? How's everything going? I'm just picking on you because you're unmuted.
Great. Aren't I on?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, you didn't have you were unmuted, so I'm just
good. How about you?
Good. Pretty good. Weather's getting nice. It's funny how the weather like directly impacts how I feel in a day, because it definitely helps.
Agreed.
Sun's shining. Hopefully it's a good summer. Mary, how are you? How's everything going? You're muted.
Okay, it's going good. I haven't posted yet, but I have a new grandson.
Oh,
congratulations!
Congratulations!
He was born Monday, and his name's Aiden Joseph. He's 8 pounds 6 ounces and 20.5 inches long.
Oh wow!
I don't think he's going to be in newborn clothes for very long, if at all. But unfortunately, he's got the jaundice, and it hasn't been getting better. So they've been keeping him there under that blue light. And yesterday they were going to send my daughter and her husband home and keep the baby, but she's nursing. So they finagled it for them to be able to stay, and they're checking his numbers again today. And hopefully they're better, because they want to go home, but I also want him to be healthy. So
yeah,
that happened with me with my oldest, Mary. So as a new mom, of course you're like worried and scared and all of that, but we were in the hospital for like a week. He was under lights, but nursing helps. It helps to lower the levels.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. I read a little bit too much stuff about it, and it scared me.
Yeah, that was me. I was reading everything, but look, my son just graduated college 2 weeks ago. So
good. Yeah. That's good to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, so
I apprionate that very much.
He'll be good.
Well, cool. So it looks like people are still jumping on. We might be light because I have a feeling people are out there in the spring market and getting busy, which is a good thing. Gary, do you want to start? We'll kick off the slideshow here, and we'll talk as people are jumping on.
Sure.
Alrighty. Welcome to the stakeholder meeting, everybody. Thursday, May 20th. So this is, we'll talk about it. This is going to be our last mainly focused Zoom stakeholder meeting. We're going to go in person from here on out. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's share some wins. Who's got good news? Who's got positive things happening? What's going on good in your world? Feel free to unmute and give us a share. What's positive from you guys?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Julie.
So as I was saying before everybody hopped on, I ended up on crutches last week, but I had a buyer who was referred to me by a past client. They bought their house 10 years ago, and he was at work, my past client, and his work companion said they were really upset with their agent. And he said, well, you have to call mine. And I showed them a house last week. They said, Julie, you've given us more information in half an hour than we've had in 4 months from our other agent. And they didn't get that house, but we went up to Euclid a couple days ago to see another one. They're an FHA buyer and we won. Yay. And Christopher Sobel has generously offered to attend the home inspection for me, so I don't have to sit there. But, like everyone says, it pays to stay in touch with past clients because these people were from 10 years ago. And when I called, because I really did pick up the phone and called to thank them, they said that they have outgrown their house and they're thinking of moving too. So yay.
Very good. Yeah, and there's one thing that like I think some of us forget, and when you're in this business for a while, that you forget how much you actually do know and that you learn over the years, and what an advantage that is to share with people, like over a new person, of just how much some of you guys know. So the more people you can tell, the better. That's great, Julie. Very good. Katie, you had something else too. What's good?
Yeah, so on our Herb Group team, Monica has her first under contract of her real estate career, which is awesome. And then also Kathy Hughes got her first listing. It's all the way down in Kimballton. So it's a really unique property though. But I don't know if anybody will have anybody all the way down there for it. But yeah, so that's some good stuff happening on our team.
Where's Kimballton? I don't even know where that is.
So it's like southwest of Canton-ish. It's like an hour and a half away, but it's in our MLS. So
hey, whatever. So she's brand new, right? Has she been licensed a month yet?
Just a month. Yep.
Yeah. Great. Good for her.
It was a sphere lead for her. So yeah.
Beautiful. Sphere leads are good. Good. Who else has a win or something positive, something they want to share, something that's good going on in your world?
I have something.
Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. Amanda referred an agent to me for my grandson. He's looking to buy in Columbus. And I will say he's not a high-end buyer, but the agent has been just awesome, like very informative, just like we were just talking about, that just pointed out things to him that he didn't realize and things like that. So he's holding his hand through the process, and I'm really appreciative to Amanda for that referral.
Very good. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that. It's always good when you have someone that they know that they can work with from a referral. Very helpful. Who else? Someone else is going to go. Was that you, Keisha?
It was me, Janice.
Yeah.
I'll go. Last week I had a home buying seminar because I do them like once a month, and I had like 3 or 4 people on. But one of the ladies who was working on getting her financing, we should have her pre-approval today. She called me yesterday and said, hey, I have a friend that I was talking to my coworker about buying a house, and she wants to buy a house too. So can you talk to her right now? Like, she's right beside me. I'm like, sure. She said, I know a lot of people. I'm going to keep you busy. I said, okay, keep them coming. So.
And that's a person that came to your home buyer seminar?
Mm-hmm, we've never met.
Wow. Good. Yeah. A good connector is always helpful in our business. So Janice, I'm just curious. So how do you set up a home buyer seminar?
I use Command to advertise for me, to get people, into my database so that I can put them on a smart plan for my seminar and get them the link for my seminar that I have every month. And once they, see my email, they respond. I have them fill out a survey of how they want to be contacted, whether or not that gives me permission to contact them. So I'm not worrying about, guidelines of calling or texting somebody who's on the do not call list. So I have them fill out a survey so I know like what times to reach them. And then I just stay engaged with them after that.
Beautiful. Good. Yeah, I love it. It's a great idea, especially right now. I feel like a home seller seminar right now of how to sell your house, navigating and buying and all that stuff is probably not a terrible idea in the market right now. And of course, a home buyer seminar to set some good expectations. We're good. Anybody else? Any wins out there? We'll do one more. No one has anything that's positive or good. Well, we're going to sit here until we do one more. Someone has something good going on.
I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but I'm
Oh,
pretty new.
sorry. Chris, who's talking?
Okay, I would say I'm pretty new here and I'm not very busy yet because I don't have a lot of clients. So if anybody needs help on anything like inspections or like, I don't know, just helping doing an open house or anything like that, you can just contact me. Let me know. I'm on the Facebook group now, or, you know, in the office like half of the week, most of the days. So just putting it out there.
Beautiful. Yeah, Chris, that's great. Why don't you put your email or something in the chat just in case people want to do it? Keisha, do you want to hit one? What's good news?
Oh, this has nothing to do with real estate. I'm down
That's okay.
15. I'm down 15 pounds. My post-COVID weight here.
Love it. How are you doing that?
Moving.
Yeah.
Eating a little bit better.
Yeah.
Portion control. Not giving up all the foods I like, but just portion control and exercising 3 or 4 days a week.
Beautiful.
But yeah, mostly it's portion control. Trying to cut
Love
down.
it.
Yeah, COVID hit me hard weight wise, so that's
same. Yeah, same with me. Yeah, it hit me. The second half of COVID got me for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Very good. That's always. I feel like when you're healthy in our business, it kind of like keeps you moving. It keeps you energized.
Right.
Good. Gary, do you want to? Amanda, is your hand up?
Yes, I wanted to say something great.
Say it.
So I think we had an amazing career night this week. And I just want to say that Casey and Gira rocked it. We had a room full of people. And then Karen and Janice were incredible. And I just want to say I came out of there just on fire. It was such a great career night. I can't imagine not one of them wanting to not sign up at our office. It was engaging. It was informative. And Casey's got a really good presentation, guys. So, you know, anyone that you can think of, you should send them to those career nights. They are beyond brilliant now.
Yeah, that's like a shameless plug for our growth committee. We're right now we're building on some good systems for new agents coming in, unlicensed agents coming in that we're kind of funneling to career nights. And so if you guys want to be part of those, join the growth committee and get on board with what we're doing, because our goal is to create opportunities for you guys to jump in and call some people if you want to try and build your downline. So probably talk with who's running that. Karen and Janice are running the growth committee. So if you want to get a part of that, let them know. All right, Gary, let's keep it moving. Okay, let's show some gratitude. We all know that the world is stressful right now. The real estate market is stressful right now. Our industry is stressful. Buyers are stressful right now. So let's show some love with each other. What's going on good with you guys, and who can you share some gratitude with, or thank someone right now?
I want to thank Gara for just being so amazing and so helpful with everything. She's a freaking rock star. And like Amanda was saying at career night, Gara was talking a bit towards the end, and she just rocked it. I loved it. It was so great. So thanks, Gara, for being so awesome.
Thank you, Casey, for being excellent.
Just take the compliment, Gara. No, just take it. I'm just kidding. All right, who else wants to show some love?
Hey, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gloria Silva. I don't come into the office often, but I've committed to coming in more this year. Now that COVID is kind of, we're not seeing it as much. And now it's just time to get back to work. I want to thank Kathleen, and I want to thank Michelle, because if it wasn't for Michelle, you wouldn't see me right now. She had to set up my Zoom, but Kathleen is kind of taking me under her wing right now, and she needs my help. And so I'm able to not only be helpful to her, but I'm also learning how to manage my own business by watching Kathleen and what she does. And it is like so helpful. I just feel like I have a purpose now and a goal, and I'm working towards that goal. And I'm really excited about this year.
Beautiful.
So you guys are going to see me more often.
Very good. Well, yeah, good to have you on the stakeholder meeting. Hopefully, to see you going forward. Thanks for coming on.
You.
Cool. Who else? Who else wants to show some love, some gratitude?
So I just want to thank Christopher Sobel for stepping up right before our call here and volunteering to do my inspection on Sunday. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chris. Good stuff. Thanks, Julie.
I
Who
know
else?
we
Anybody
thank
else?
her. I know we thank her often, but I just want to give another thanks to Amanda for doing her best to juggle it all. And I don't know how she does it, but finds a way to respond and handle high intensity situations in a timely manner. So we do appreciate her so much.
Yes,
Ditto.
we love our Amanda Pullman. You're muted, Amanda, if you're talking.
You're so nice. Thank you. That's so nice to hear.
Good. Anybody else? We'll do one or two more.
Just think, I don't know if Kathleen and Stacy are on, but thank you for all you did for Red Day last week. It was a success, and I think everyone who came had a good time.
Yeah, we'll hit Red Day stuff in a minute. But yeah, 100%. I don't see them on. But yeah, Stacy and Kathleen worked very hard this year to get things going. Yeah, we'll hit it a little bit, do a little bit of a recap. Thank you, Janice. Anybody else? One more? Going once?
Just thanks for everyone in the office and everyone on my team for being like helpful, because I'm still getting caught up to speed with everything and kind of learning the ropes. So everyone's been really receptive and nice and been able to, offer some sort of help when I need it and just talk to me about how to do things, how things work, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a great compliment to everybody, Chris. That's very good. That's what we like to hear. Very cool. Garrett, let's keep us moving. Unless Amanda, is that your hand raised again? I can't tell if that's a new one or an old one. Okay. So paint the town red. So we all know listings are limited. So we want to use this time to try to give us a head start in some way or another on listings that are coming up soon. Who has a listing coming up soon that we can help sell for you?
I just picked up a listing last night. It's in Richmond Heights. It's about 2,300 square feet, split level, 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms. It's been updated. It's not a rehab, but the seller has took care of it very, very well over the years. So most of the home is updated. Great condition. It'll go on about 225. I should have it active by next Friday. If I'm not trying to kill myself next weekend, we'll see. Yeah, it'll be a really good, solid home. I think it'll sell fast.
Very good. Whoever's got Richmond Heights buyers, reach out to Keisha. Good. Who else? Rick, are you unmuted there?
Yeah, I got one. Probably, I'm hoping by mid to end next week, I'm going to have one in Lyndhurst. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath on Harleston. They're finishing up a little bit of flooring work, and we hope to have photos by early next week and on by the end of next week. We're talking about $250 as a list price on that one. So yeah, that's it.
$250 in Lyndhurst. Contact Rick. I like it. Good. Amanda, did you raise your hand there?
Yeah, so we have a condo in Rocky River, 6 Hidden Valley. It's coming up on Sunday. It will be going live. It's coming soon right now. It's a beauty. 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, all updated. That's at 415. And then we have coming soon on May 24th, which is sometime next week, we have our Twinsburg listing at 3140 Darien in Twinsburg. It's a big one. It's it's either 4 or 5 bedrooms, but it has the finished basement, great big yard, beautiful deck, very, very nice house. The one next door was a similar floor plan, similar size, didn't have a finished basement, and it sold at $469, I heard. We're listing ours at $460 so that we can get multiples for the seller. It does have a little bit of a delayed possession because she's building.
Cool. Mid 400s in Twinsburg. Very good. And then Rocky River townhouse or condo, was it, Amanda?
Correct. In
yeah, good.
I forgot where it's at. Right off of Lake Road. Small community, 33 townhomes. Lovely. Has lake access across the street.
Beautiful. Good. Who else? Who else has listings coming?
I do.
Mike Lean, what you got?
I have, as a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to do a pretend Howard Hanna first look at my new listing that's coming up on Ada Drive. I'm going to do it like from 11 to 12, but if you need to get in there a little later, just let me know. I'll post that into the Facebook. It's going to be $379,900. Nice little house. Well, it's not little. I mean, it's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Obviously, all of you that know Ada, it's right in the campus. I mean, you could walk to every single school if you had to, even though we all know our children do not. I also have one coming on next Wednesday on Selwyn. No, that I'll tell you about that one in a minute. The one next Wednesday is in Rolling Hills in Twinsburg. Nice little condo. Gal did a nice job of updating. It's going to be 135. It should really be 129, but she knows more than me, so we're just going to go with what she thinks. But bring your buyers because it is like a really awesome little condo. And then I am going to have one coming up on Selworthy at the end of June. And it's going to be priced right. And I would tell you what that would be, but they change their mind every day. But it's really going to be a great house, except it's loaded with burgundy wallpaper. And I have suggested to them not to take it out and mauve carpeting. So I'll update you on that a little later, but I know y'all are looking for, a lot of people are looking for Solon. And then my last one that's going to be coming up, well, maybe not last, you know what I mean, is going to be on Brainerd Road in Solon. But listen to this. This is exactly what I've been asking all of you for, is a ranch brick. And guess what? I have to share this with you. Even though I haven't been selling real estate like only 12 years, I have never stood in the grass of a house that breaks up the Solon Orange school line. It was really kind of cool. So my house is in Orange, but is going to Solon. And that's going to be priced at about $305. And it is got land in the back and a road that kind of goes, but it's a pretend road. Like the city doesn't really know that my seller puts his landscaping equipment back there. So maybe if you know someone who's looking for something like that, this Brainerd Road house is probably going to be perfect. Does need some updating, kind of smells, but there's tenants in there now. Once they get out, I think we're going to be able to go in and clean it up nicely. But I think I'll have that one priced right.
What's the price on that one, Mike Lean? Did you say?
That's going to be about 305.
305.
Yeah, and it's nice, but I would love to see all of you come tomorrow to my Ada. I bet one of you has a buyer for it at $379,900.
Are you just keeping it to Howard Hanna agents?
No, I'm going to tell them after you all come.
Just kidding. I know. I'm just joking. Look at you listing, Mike Lean. I like it. Very good. Anybody else listing to share? It's good. Very good.
I have 2 coming up. I have another one in Parma on South Park Drive. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1756 square feet. That will be listed around $250. So that'll be, I think, like the first week of June. And then I have another one coming up within the next couple weeks in Broadview Heights on West Wallings Road. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1890 square feet, and that'll be around like $245.
Very good, Coach Casey. Good stuff. Practicing what she preaches. Beautiful. Anybody else want to share? Because I know listings are a big deal right now.
I have 2 going live. One on the 29th. It's in Willoughby, 1282 Beat Street. That's 3-bed, 1-bath, about 1,100 square feet. Super nice, quiet street there, on the kind of south end of the lake, right? So not quite on the lake there. And then another one in Concord. That's 6958 North Meadow. That is Menor Schools. And that's 4-bed, 2.5 bath, just over 2,000 square feet with a unfinished basement. So room to, room to add value there. That's going to be right at 300.
Very good. Cool. All right, Paul, good stuff. And yeah, listings are important right now. Go get them this time of year. It's going to make your life a lot easier, or at least a little less stressful. Okay, all right, Gary, let's keep it moving. And I'm already way behind. I'm dilly-dallying a lot here, so we're going to cruise through a few of these things here. So like we said earlier, like you guys saw in our email that we sent out the other day, starting 2 weeks from today, June 3rd, our stakeholder meetings are going to be in person mainly, and then we're also going to make sure we have the Zoom hybrid option. So if you're not comfortable coming into the office, or you just can't, or you just like watching them from home or whatever it is, we're going to have that option available going forward. So next meeting is in person, no more just Zoom. So that's going to be fun. Okay, if you guys saw my email from the other day, you know, if you come to the office and you are vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask. And starting June 2nd, no one will be required to wear a mask in the market center. You know, again, we're following the state guidelines, and that's we're going with what they're doing. And yeah, so feel free to come in, and we'd love to see your faces. And again, same thing, if you're not feeling good or if you have a temperature, stay home, and we're gonna make sure we're sanitizing it and keeping it as clean as possible. Okay, Red Day recap. So Red Day was great. I thought it was an awesome day. It was really cool to see people. We had a beautiful day. Stacy and Kathleen did a great job of getting it all set up. Michelle helped a ton. Casey helped a ton. Garrett helped a ton. I know, a ton of you guys helped a lot. Does anybody want to give any little wins or successes or something they enjoyed from Red Day? If anybody was there, what'd you like about it? You know, and just to share in case somebody wasn't there. You can unshare real quick, Garrett. Yeah, give me some positive thoughts about Red Day. What'd you guys like?
Hey, CJ, it's Renee Kozak. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Renee, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm driving, guys. Sorry, my camera's not on. But in case any of you didn't notice from Red Day with me shoved over by the puppies and handling them all day, I love that you guys did pet adoption, and I would love to see more pets there next time that you do it, just to get those babies home. It was so wonderful, and everything you guys did was great, but that was especially awesome.
Did those dogs get adopted? Were they actually given those?
One of them had an application that was already ongoing, and the people showed up to see him, I believe. And I think they were approving the adoption certificate. They were making some phone calls, so I think one of them definitely did. I don't know about the little girl.
Yeah. Well, that's great, Renee. I appreciate it. Michelle, did you adopt one that day? I know you were eyeing him down. I don't know if you.
Yeah, no. After 20 text messages to the husband, I was completely denied and threatened with divorce. So I picked the happy marriage.
I think both of them had applications on them by the end.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's hard to resist the puppy. Any other little victories or something they liked about Red Day, or anybody want to comment on anything in there?
So I would like to say thank you to the volunteers that were standing out on the street with the signs. I think we actually brought more people in on the streets than potentially the people that had been invited. And we also got an additional $320 in cash to send to between the food banks from people that just donated off the street. So that was really cool that you guys were standing out there advertising it as well. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, Mike Lean, you helped with food. It was awesome. You guys had me eating. I never eat real lunch, so you guys had me eating lunch and cookies and all sorts of stuff. So that was a nice one. Rick, good job cooking on the grill. Who else was there? You guys were all helping out. It was Julia, got to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Quickly, Janelle was there helping. So yeah, it was really cool to see. The Dugases were there, so it was cool to see people in person. And yeah, and to not be behind a mask or little as possible. So thank you to everyone who helped. And if I missed you, I apologize. So we're going to keep it going, and next year the goal is to do it a little bit bigger and push a little more. And obviously something that's a big deal to us. Cool. Red Day recap. Move on, Garrett. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Bethany, welcome to KW Living. Bethany was at Red Day. I don't know if she's on the call or not today, but Bethany transferred from Berkshire Hathaway, and so we're happy to have her. So Bethany, welcome. If you're here, go ahead, Garrett. All right, congrats on capping Mo. I don't know if Mo's on the call either, but capping is good. Obviously, you get 100% commission once you pay your company dollar to KW. So congrats, Mo, on 100%. I'm moving fast here if you guys can't tell. Okay, some quick upcoming events. Smart Plans for Success on May 25th at 2:00. Come learn how to get your database. So we're pivoting on how we're teaching command and Smart Plans and all that stuff. We're focusing a lot on getting your database up and built and getting people on Smart Plans. The goal is to simplify your business as much as we possibly can and help you get more sales out of it. without having to work so manually hard for it. So come check that out because we have some cool stuff. And the goal is to get as many people as we possibly can on smart plans. We have a diversity meeting on May 27th at 9 a.m. Janice is going to lead us and talk about inclusion, diversity, and what not to say. Good little twist there. I like that. Winning listings panel. So I believe that is a week from today at 11 o'clock in place of our meeting. And is that going to be in person?
Yep.
I believe so, right? So that's going to be led in person. So we're going to have a panel about taking listings and doing buyers, right? Is that the one we're doing both, Casey?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So come check that out. We're going to have some of our agents talk about how they're winning in the market right now. So you definitely don't want to miss that, especially if you are losing out quite a bit.
It'll be a good one.
For sure. Okay, advocacy committee. So who Keisha, are you leading that?
Kind of, but not really. So
okay.
Yeah, that's my committee. Yeah. But
do you want to, Keisha, do you want to introduce what's the advocacy committee, and then it's yours to kind of take away here.
Okay, so we're here. We're the advocacy committee here in the Market Center for you, and we are here to see how we can provide our agents with support and let you know some of the benefits of being a licensed agent, as well as a bunch of other things. And we're going to do a little quick presentation today as far as what some of the perks and benefits and explain what exactly we do with ACAR and I believe RPAC as well. So Katie's going to take it away along with some of our other committee members, and we'll go from there.
Very cool. Katie, this is you going?
This is me. So yeah, I'll move quickly through this because I know we're a little pressed for time, but I think it's good just to do a review of RPAC. What is it and why should you care? So RPAC is the Realtor Political Action Committee, and it's basically our political organization as realtors, like the way that we can influence lawmakers to make sure that legislation is being passed that is helpful to the real estate industry and to consumers. So it's nonpartisan. That's a question we get a lot. Well, do you support Democrats or Republicans? Both. It's actually about a 50-50 split, and it's focused only on real estate issues. So that is things like, point of sale locally, and I'll get into some of those issues as we move through the slides. So go ahead, Gira, next one. So for the consumer and for our clients, basically RPAC works to preserve homeowner rights and strengthen the ability to buy, sell, or own property. We also at the state level have been working on a home inspection licensure bill that has not finished being worked on yet because the pandemic kind of took priority with a lot of the legislation that we had been passing. The National Flood Insurance Program needs reauthorized like every year, sometimes 6 months. So that's something that realtors always work on because flood insurance is obviously very important for some parts of the country. Another new thing that RPAC kind of works with legislators on is broadband access. That's a newer issue that has come into being. Just making sure that people have access to internet where they live and expanding that infrastructure. Another thing we've been working on in Ohio is the first-time homebuyer savings account. I feel like I've been talking about that every time I've talked about RPAC for the last 2 years because that's another thing that kind of got put on pause because of the pandemic. But that's something that we're working on that would be kind of like the college tuition programs, the 529C, whatever it is, type of thing, but for helping families to build up a down payment for their kids and create generational wealth through home ownership that way. And then locally, everyone's favorite thing, point of sale. We're always talking to the local governments and forming relationships with them. And part of the way we do that is by interviewing them and giving them campaign contributions if they are good on our issues. Another thing that's come up is short-term rental ordinances, things like Airbnbs, and just new issues all the time. Whatever we hear from the members and whatever Jamie, the Vice President of Government Affairs at ACAR, whatever she hears about, we're always in communication. So what does RPAC do for you as a realtor? There have been attempts in the past to add an additional sales tax on our services. So your commissions would be subject to a sales tax in addition to you also having to pay income tax on that. So that is a huge deal, something that we are constantly keeping in mind with legislators and, voicing our opinion on that. We're constantly working locally, like I was talking about before, to eliminate and lessen the point of sale escrow requirements and restrictions, and always pushing municipalities toward more of a, routine exterior only inspection that isn't triggered by the sale of a property. We also advocate for the Ohio Small Business Tax Credit. And most importantly, and recently, relationships through RPAC were the reason we were able to be considered essential and continue working through the pandemic. We were really lucky to have that in Ohio because a lot of other states were not so lucky. So where does your investment go? It's 70% on the local level for local and state races. Only 30% of whatever you were to invest in RPAC would go to national, and it is never for a presidential campaign ever. And it's all used for people who are working for positive outcomes and changes in real estate, for consumers, and for us as realtors. And the way that these candidates are chosen is through the RPAC trustees, who are chosen from members of the Board of Realtors volunteers. I'm actually an RPAC trustee, Mary Vetta is, and Mo Ladarsic is also an RPAC trustee this year. So we have quite a few in our office who are involved in that process. And so we just interview them and make sure that their positions on real estate and business issues are supportive of us as realtors. So how can you help? A really easy thing is if there's a call to action for an issue, you can subscribe to mobile alerts by texting realtors to 306-44. And that is a very easy way. It takes less than 30 seconds to do that, and it makes our voices as realtors heard. You can learn more about the issues at that website that is listed. It's the Realtor Party website. Let the Board of Realtors know if you encounter an issue where we can help advocate. We have a community watchdog program where if you have a municipality or a city where you work or where you live, you can sign up to let us know of any issues that you see coming up that might affect the real estate industry negatively. And we can then advocate based on that. If you attend Board of Realtors events, some of them allow you to invest in RPAC to support our industry, and we'll have a little on that on the next slide. And some people think that that requires a lot of investment in order to be considered an RPAC investment, but it's actually only $15 a year. That's enough to make you considered an RPAC investor, and every single investment helps us with our goals. So Mary, I think, was going to talk just a little bit about an RPAC event we have coming up in person. So Mary, go ahead.
Okay, we are having our annual RPAC auction, luckily in person. Very excited about that. The last time I went to an in-person one, it's just a lot of fun. All the agents socializing with each other, talking, bantering. And what's really wonderful about this is whatever you're paying to go to this is considered an RPAC contribution or investment. So if you pay the $25 for the virtual, that's $25 that goes straight to RPAC. Same thing with the $100 investment, which the $100 VIP, we still have a number of tickets available. I'd love to see our office have a table somehow. They're only having 100 people. So once we hit the 100, then that ends it. You will get a VIP bag and all these other things that with that $100 investment. The other thing I like about it, which is how I ended up in the level I am as far as contribution or investment, I should say, is I went to one of these, and it is an auction where it's online, so it's on your phone and it tells you when you've been outbid. And here Mo had donated something, and I was bidding on that purse, and she didn't think that it was getting enough, so she was upping my bid. So, but I did end up getting the purse. So we have a lot of great items. And so if you buy something that's, again, an RPAC investment, and I like the idea of getting, I guess you could say, tchotchke or good stuff for my investment. So we've got quite a few things. I'll name off a couple: Apple Watch, LG 55 series TV. There's KitchenAid things, Ninja Foodie, coffee maker, and then it gets into, there's some really cool stuff. They have a summer fun party tub, and then there's people that donate trips and things to, we have Indians tickets. I believe we're going to have Browns tickets available. There is, we're doing a Playhouse season tickets, and just
Tons of stuff.
Lots of things. So
how much is a table to for the auction?
Well,
if we
I have to find
table?
out how many are at the at a table. They're $100 a person. So if you have, I don't know, 6 people at a table, then that would be $600.
Yeah, we typically have like a table rate, but because of the decreased occupancy that Windows on the River has right now, as of the time that we reserved this at least, I don't know that we're doing like an actual special rate for that. Typically we do though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But
can you guys send me info on that? I definitely want to do that.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a lot of fun. And the other thing I want to put in there as far as RPAC, and this is why it's very important, is if you don't have a seat at the table, you will be on the menu.
There it is. That was my last slide anyway, Mary. On the same page. If you're not on the table, you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Yes.
So
definitely.
that just
What does that
gives us
mean? Can you?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So basically what that means is this gives us a seat at the table with the legislators. This helps us have input into the way that laws are made regarding real estate. So that keeps our best interests in mind. Whereas if we were just, floating along and not paying attention to the issues, then things that are important to us, like our commissions, could get taken away from us very easily. So.
And I think
Very good.
It's real. And also that's why we ended up being essential last year.
Yeah.
Was
huge.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's we would love to get a table for the office. If you guys can send that to us, and if you can copy Michelle on it so we can pull the trigger on that. Is that a formal event, the thing at Windows?
So it's a masquerade theme this year. It's not super formal. People show up in jeans, people show up in, business casual or dresses or whatever. It's a pretty mixed attire situation usually. So, but yeah, I would say business casual is probably good. You can go a little dressier if you want, since it is that. And of course, like the fancy masks, of course.
Beautiful. Very good. Well, good stuff, guys. I appreciate you going through that. It's definitely good to get involved if you guys are watching.
If you have any questions, just ask me or Mary or Mo. We can always help.
If I could put out a challenge, I'd love to see our office at 100% participation, which would mean a minimum of $15 per person to invest in RPAC. So that's my challenge.
How do we do, Mary? How do you, if you want to invest the $15, how do you go about doing it?
Oh boy, Katie.
So you can talk to either me or Mary or Mo, and we can process it for you. And there's also a place on the ACAR website where you're able to enter your NRDS number, and you can do an investment that way as well.
Cool.
And
Would
there
it
are
be possible for you guys to put together an email that I can just send to the Market Center on behalf of the Advocacy
Sure.
Committee for
Sure.
RPAC?
yeah.
Thank you.
There are offices that are 100%, not all of them, but I'd love to see ours on there.
Yeah,
They should find a way. They should find a way to make that easy, so you can just pay from a commission or something like that.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
it is.
sorry,
You
Katie.
can pay-
They
Why
do
don't you
take
just
some
pay,
out at the beginning. They do automatically at the beginning of the year when you pay your dues.
Right.
They do
right.
have a little contribution there as well. So as long as you don't uncheck that, that's another easy way to contribute to RPAC.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that as your broker, I'm a huge supporter of RPAC. This year, I'm a golden R, and I feel like everything that you guys have gone over it's just essential for us to be supportive.
Yeah, thank you for that, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, it's huge, so important. Love what they do for us, especially with the POSs alone, and keeping us essential. Like they want us to stay very, very essential as realtors in the dream of home ownership for everyone.
Beautiful. Very good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you going over that. All right, Gary, let's keep it rolling. Amanda, while you're unmuted, do you want to give us a quick broker update?
Oh, hi, everybody. Yes, I'd love to give you a quick update. We're going to just go over photographs. So there's been a lot of talk around photographs. I sit on a grievance committee with Mo, and this has come up over and over again where agents are stealing other agents' photographs. You know, photographs and videos are copyrighted. So you've got to make sure that you have permission. And usually that means a quick email or a quick, you know, may I borrow or have your photos? You know, agent to agent, be very kind of above board and always be very courteous to each other, because nobody likes it when they see their photos used, because usually it's the agent that paid for them, so they do own them. There are severe.
You mean like listings? So like if I just sold a house and it's someone else's listings, what do I need to do? Like if I want to post it on Facebook?
You have to ask permission. So the photos usually belong to the agent. Sometimes they are copyrighted and they still belong to the photographer. You can't infringe upon photography and video that's copyrighted, and you do need permission. A lot of the grievances at the last committee that Mo and I sat on were from agents basically turning in other agents for copying their photographs, so taking the exact photograph. And there's a whole liability around that too for also residents, you know, people that used to own that house, and you're copying the photograph from 2 years ago. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows, first of all, be courteous. You know, if for some reason Keisha had the house 4 years ago and I want to use her exterior, I have to ask her permission. And, you know, some agents are going to say yes and some will say no. And that's okay, but you have to ask. You can't just copy. And the second part around it is, you know, tenants can file grievances on us and say, you didn't have permission to photograph the interior of my rental property. That came up at our last grievance committee. And in actual fact, as long as you have the owner's, obviously, permission, which is the seller, then the tenants don't have to give their permission. But be very careful with photographs, because there are a lot of potential lawsuits if you're leaving photographs up, or if somebody specifically asks you to take photographs down. And we all know that our friend Zillow loves to keep photographs forever and ever. So it just was a really hot topic. And I think we just start with, you know, being respectful to each other. If you have a problem with an agent, take it to the agent directly. Don't file a complaint against them on photographs. Try and resolve it directly with each other, because a lot of times it's a really nice thing to be able to say to the agent, yeah, you know, good job, take my photos, you know, and wish them luck that they will sell the house in this hot market. So that's all really I have to say.
Beautiful. Very good. All right, Garrett, what's next? Casey Crawford. Coach Casey, lay it on us. What's going on good in your world?
So just a couple of quick things. I won't take up too much time because I know we're kind of getting towards the end of our time. So first thing, if anyone has any questions about the coaching program in general, we've kind of revamped it a little bit in May to include like a basics boot camp. That's a 3-hour boot camp that covers essentially everything business-wise that you need to know in order to like grow and leverage and maintain your business. So if you have any questions about the program, I'd really love to meet with you guys. And then other thing, I just wanted to touch base real quick. I know we were going to do this at the end, but I'll throw it in right now. Paul and I actually did a class yesterday. So if anyone has any questions about kind of how our class was called 3 Steps to Making 75,000. And so essentially what we did yesterday was 3 steps in terms of adding contacts into your command and making that list, setting up your smart plans, and then connecting your contacts to the smart plans to make sure that you're touching them regularly and staying in front of them. Because realistically, like when you think about how many people you know or have in your database, or even just in your sphere in general, it's really hard to keep track of everyone if you're not using some kind of like management database for your clients. So making sure that you're doing that and setting people up and touching them regularly. Essentially, the premise behind that is that if you can have a super lucrative business with just 100 people in your database, considering like the 6-1 rule. So for every 6 people you have in your database, one of those people should turn into a client or a referral at some point. And so that would equate over a year to 16 transactions, considering that at an average commission of $4,400 times 16, that equals $75,000 a year. So just kind of doing the math and, acknowledging the fact that the more you grow your database and the more that you actually utilize the tools that are provided for free from Keller Williams for you, Paul and I are here to help you do that at a really high level. So we'd really love to help you if you need any help with it.
So Casey, so you have almost 30 people in your coaching program. What's one thing that you're seeing people have success with right now in their businesses in 20 seconds?
Just from the coaching program?
Yeah. What are you seeing people, what's working right now?
I think making calls, actually getting out there and talking to people, because if we don't have clients, we don't have a business. And really, you're in the business of building relationships with people so that they trust you and want to work with you. People work with people that they like, and people work with people that they trust. And so being able to build those relationships and actually have conversations with people is super huge. So that's been one thing we've been focusing on a lot lately, is how to have those conversations. And so in doing that, we're seeing a lot more results in terms of people going under contract and getting new clients.
Yeah, there's no magic pill, right? It's just conversations. Yeah. Whoever has the most conversations is probably going to win. Yeah, good.
Yep.
Gary, all right, good stuff. Thank you, Casey. Let's keep it rolling. We only have 10 minutes left. Mr. Paul Roxenis, what's going on good with technology? If you can keep it brief.
Yeah,
please.
I'll keep it brief. I'm actually going to just second what Coach Casey said. The one thing is, it was recorded yesterday, so please watch that on kwagentsguide.com. It has all the breakdowns of how to run smart plans, various ones, how to customize them. So definitely do that. And there's also a reason why KW calls it a data bank, right? Database is your data bank. It's where your money comes from. So just start, I guess, populating your database into Command. That's the best advice we can give you. Also, one more thing is, a lot of agents are requesting more classes on paid advertising. So we're going to be doing that coming up on Command as well. So we'll look out for that.
Thanks, Paul. By show of hands, who on this call is using smart plans? Half, maybe. Okay, cool. Just curious. Yeah, lots of opportunity in there. Good stuff. All right, Gary, let's keep it rolling. Okay, Marge Simpson. Janelle.
My little, oh my gosh.
I saw your sister.
My son does that. Anyway.
Sure he does, Janelle. Sure he
totally, yeah, he sure does. Okay, 2 things that I'll make it brief. Number 1, end of month is also a holiday. So Memorial Day is also May 31st. So please take in consideration that the lenders and your awesome escrow officers are trying to make those timelines. If you need anything and you're not hearing directly from escrow because their heads are down working so hard, call me, I'll get that answer. And please just talk your buyers and sellers down to understand that, again, it's a holiday, end of month, not making excuses. It's an explanation. If things are filing on Tuesday, or they're not getting proceeds until Tuesday, let's say they close on Friday afternoon, if your sellers aren't seeing it in their account, well, it's because that's a business day. It's a bank holiday. So you just talk them off the ledge a little bit, because you will get questions. And it's a very, very busy moving weekend. Number 2, weather is nice. So you guys are going to be having contracts are actually doing work, and septic people actually doing work now that money was held in escrow over the winter. Just know once those projects are completed, the money that we hold in escrow has to be released. How does that happen? With Ohio Real Title, your buyer and seller have to sign what is called an escrow holdback release. They have to agree to the amount, the vendor, the time, and who gets that money. So it's a liability for us. We also make sure your sellers aren't being raked through the cold. $10,000, the project's only $5,000, and the person goes to the Bahamas. We make sure that the money goes where it needs to be going. Okay. So your buyers and sellers will have to do that. Sign one more document, and then it will be done. That's all I got for you. Thank you for everything, guys. You're doing great.
Who's up next? Okay, Renee, America's Preferred Home Warranty. Give us like the 20 or 30 second spiel. if you're still on. I don't know if Renee was still on or not. Okay, moving on. No Renee. Okay, Chris, I believe that leaves us with you. Liberty Mutual with Chris Eldred. Chris, what's going on in the insurance world?
Busy as always, and a lot of that is thanks to you guys. Just the referrals just keep coming in. I'm so appreciative of everybody there. I just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to some new referral agents that have sent some referrals for the first time. Paul Roxanis, Monica Ruff, Kate Rabinovich, and Jillian Wright all sent in a couple of great referrals over the past couple of weeks. So just want to say thanks to them, and thanks again to all the tenured agents that have sent so many awesome referrals over the years. Just keep on doing it. If anybody ever has any questions or concerns or anything at all, just reach out to me. I'm always here to help.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris with Liberty Mutual. Okay, just quickly, you guys all know kwagentsguide.com for an extra resource in the KW Living Google Calendar. If you don't know when and where and how to attend an event in your shared Google Calendar, we have the events all in there. And if you don't know what that means or how to get to that or how to access that, send Gara or Michelle an email and they'll get you all set up. And then obviously, if you guys, we always want to make sure that you know who to call. So start with the Google number 440-494-6849. That rings the entire ALC. Please use that number to call that. Attempt to get your questions answered first there, and then from there we'll move on through the Monopoly page here of where to go next. Go ahead, Garrett. Yeah. Just remember, do not call list. Reminder: don't call people who are on the do not call list. Don't robo dial them. Don't leave them robo voicemails. None of that stuff, because they're cracking down on that hard. So that is the weekly reminder, or bi-weekly, I guess. Keep it going, Gara. Okay, April Cash Stats. You guys all know that we are still in the contest for. We're still having a contest for whoever gives us the most referrals and we set appointments with. We are keeping track of that. And I meant to have that list to give you guys an update today, and I forgot. I completely dropped the ball on that. So we will make sure that we have that next class for sure, so we can announce the winner also. But we're calling people and we're talking to them and we're meeting with them. So we'll make sure that we're staying on top of that. But just if you have anybody else, definitely send them our way. Or if you do a deal with the co-broke, or if you have an agent that you like, or if you have someone that you know getting into real estate, pass them our way and we will be sure to call them. Okay, so we were going to get into this today, but unfortunately we don't have enough time. So we'll save that for another time. So just again, thank you to everybody who helped out in Red Day, everyone who volunteered, everyone who did everything with it. It's really cool to see that. Next week, just remember we have we're going to do that listing and buyer panels in person. So we definitely would love to see your faces there. And going forward, our stuff's going to be in person. So it'll be cool to get some of that camaraderie going again. It'll be good to see you guys all in person. Does anybody have any final thoughts or anything before we jet out here? Cool. I appreciate all of you. I'm proud to be in business with all of you. If you guys need anything, let us know. Ken Tench, Mike Lean put in there. Ken Tench was a huge help on Red Day. Thank you, Ken. We appreciate you. Yeah, have a great day. Have a great spring. Go get some listings, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.